welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with the KTM's new 390 Adventure. So we'll see what all the spec of this bike and what all the things we need to take care after the delivery, and after many rides we have faced some of the challenges from the cluster onwards, what all the things available in the meter, and even it's a completely a different level bike. So I'll explain you guys. Come, I'll show you how is the first impression of the meter. The information which is available on the meter is there's an indications are there. Actually the two are blinking, like two indications, that is for the left or else right, whichever it is. Then the submarine indication, engine submarine, and even for the ABS indicator, and even traction control. Then there is a oil level, then caution indicator, and even headlight once you turn on the headlight indicator. Then the RPM level indicator. These are the things other than the RPM level. Blinker is also available in the meter. Then the meter has the trip 1, trip 2, date, and even fuel range. Fuel range in the sense approximately how much fuel it is there in the tank, with respect to that how long it will travel. So that is fuel. Then there is a kill switch, it is written over here. That is kill switch in the sense, so the kill switch, if you turn on, then only the kill switch it will go. So the side stand, the next notification after the kill switch, it will come as a side stand. So I have put the side stand, so I have to take the side stand. Then after only the side stand will be moved. I'll just take the side stand. You can see I just took the side stand off, then the side stand is gone. Then after there is a beautiful meter here, and even there's one more thing. This meter actually we can change it in the dark mode also. I'll show you that after explaining all these things. So there is a RPM level, and even fuel hour, and even temperature level, and even how long it is traveled. Then after that, there is a ABS on road. That's actually ABS settings, which is that. So then it is MTC on. MTC in the sense motor traction control. So traction control, actually if it is on, it will be very safe while riding, and even the traction control will take care when you are cornering and all. So if it is off, then the complete power will be delivered the bike. So if it is off, that you will be see like lots of power is got added up, and it will act like a Duke 390, exactly like Duke 390. And we can modify the settings, like how the look it is. We can hear all the details, like we can change as a trip or else even Bluetooth settings or whatever we required, all those things we can. Then there is phone battery, and like if you connect phone battery will be showing here, all those details where it has lots of things is showing. And we'll go into the settings, and I'll show you just what all the settings is available. Before going to the settings, I'll explain you what all the things in the handle bar. It has a pass switch here, so the pass switch. And if you need to make it as high beam or low beam pass, when you press it will be pass. Otherwise it will be high beam again. Yeah, high beam and low beam, then pass. Then it has a settings control in the sense on the back button, and even set button, up or down buttons are there. Then this is the indicator switches. Then horn, it's a nice and standard horn. Then on the right side we have an engine kill switch, and even just start button. That's all. And even here one charger KTM is provided, and this is a 12-volt charger. We can connect our charger, and whichever it is, like with respect to quick charger or any charger, we can connect into the socket. Socket is also very tight in the sense, so there won't be any water gone inside, or no problem won't be there. So we'll go to settings, then just click on the set button. Then after, yeah, you will get the settings like this. So the first settings is KTM My Ride. So that will be having audio and even navigation and pairing details. If you go to trips or data, then after you will get general info, and even trip 1, trip 2, warning details. So the general info has the date and order details and the battery. Then after in the trip 1, trip 2, like how much ever you set the trip, and with respect to the details will be there in the trip 1 and trip 2. And the warning, this is the main thing. Warning has the detail of now you can see the engine kill switch. So engine kill switch is off, that's why it is showing engine kill switch as the warning. When I turn on engine kill switch, the warning is changed. So if I again went back to the warning, it will show side stand. It means that the side stand is the second priority, and the first priority goes engine kill switch. Once you start the bike, then the priority goes to the side stand. So that's why it is showing in that way. Now we'll go back to the main settings. We'll see the next one is motorcycle. Okay, let's check motorcycle, what information available. Motorcycle has MTC, the motorcycle traction control. MTC is on or off. Yeah, now the settings is on. If you want to, you can just select, then press set, then it will be on or off, whichever is with respect to you need. Then ABS also on road or off road. When in off road, that time the rear wheel ABS will be switched off. Then the quick shift plus is, if you quick shift, you can turn on or turn off. That also you can do it on this motorcycle. The next settings in the main settings is settings. Then in that, favorites is there. Actually favorites in the end, it had, you can see trip, speed, sol 1 and trip, time 1 and trip 2, speed 2. So all those details actually you can turn on one by one, and you can, like, with respect to your things like priorities, you can add into the home screen, and you can see it like I have told in the initially, right? You can customize the display. Same here, you can select whichever you required. Next is quick selector 1, quick selector 2. Actually quick selector 1 and quick selector 2 is the up and down arrows which can be added into home screen, like to select the settings and all. Then next one is Bluetooth actually you can turn on or turn off. Next one is display theme. Okay, display theme has automatic and night option. I'll show you in automatic. Actually here there is a sensor. If you cover that sensor, it will change as automatic. See, the brightness is got reduced, then suddenly it changed to dark mode, in the sense night mode. So night mode, actually this is very beautiful. The cluster is very beautiful. And if you need it to change back, automatically it come back. See, it came back. When you just have to press the back button, then it will automatically back to, with respect to the light, it will come back. So if you want always the night, means just press on the night and set it. It will be on the night mode. Next settings is shift light. Shift light is actually RPM 1, 2, and even shift light you need turn on or turn off. Shift light in the sense RPM limiter light. That's what you can set in the settings, and you can see which RPM you need, and you will get the light indication. Then after, clock and date. Clock and date is also actually you can see or you can edit it. Then units, distance and fuel consumed unit, you can change it. Then language, which language you prefer, that language you can set in the settings. Then service information. So the next service is on, and even the date, every details, version is also written over there. Then extra functions actually MTC and CABS. You can't turn on it here. It's actually for the cornering purpose. MTC will help by, which I have explained it earlier. CABS in the sense cornering ABS, it will be always on. So we'll go back to the settings. Then main settings is completed. So I'll explain you how is the sitting posture and all in this bike. Okay, now my height is around 177 centimeter. See the leg, and even my leg is also, I have peacefully kept it here, and I'm sitting very peacefully. See, my hand is also like this. I'm peacefully able to handle the bike. When I'm riding, you can see that all those information about that, and I'll explain you guys all those information. How is the riding experience in this one and all. We'll see how is the comfort on the seat. See the cushion. See, I'm just pressing very lightly. It's not a hard seat. Only the material which is covering the seat is little hard, but the seat is best seat. And even the size of the seat, you can see. Even the seating posture in the off-roading, you will be here, and even the cruising time when you can sit here. So if you are very tired, like after cruising continuously like 100-200 kilometer, then you can like adjust the position, and there is a lots of spaces available here. For a even if a family person is considering this bike, he will be thinking about, okay, 2 person and a kid, sometime if you need to go out or something in the bike. See the seat. Then only the thing in the seat which I felt is, you may need to add a backrest for the pillion, And even the major advantage of this bike is it has a curved radiator. So the curved radiator, and even with two fan, I'll show you clearly. See the curve. Why? Because this will take like a, if it is a straight one window, direct will be on direct hit on the fan, radiator. But if it is a curved one, the surface area will be very high to hit on the radiator. So that's why this radiator is like this, and it is working like perfectly. Even which I got from the owner, review is very perfect. The engine guard is actually working well. I'll explain you. There is a thing about the engine guard which is many people facing the issue, and so the issue part I'll explain you all those things. Then this is a mud guard. So this is the front disc size. This is a huge sized disc, right? So I'll show you the front disc size is actually 320 mm, and this is a dual channel ABS, and which is coming from Vibray. And the rear one is also with a dual channel ABS, but the size is little bit reduced. It's actually a 230 mm size. Then the calipers, actually if I explain about the caliper, it's a front 4-piston radial fixed caliper, then a rear is a single piston floating caliper. Then the front wheel size is actually 19 inch, and the 17 inch is the rear wheel size. And the front tire is a 190, and the rear tire is a 130/80 tire, which is both are tubeless tires. And yeah, alloy, you can see how beautiful is this alloy is also. So the front suspension is actually W Apex 43, and even this is a open cartridge suspension that comes with the very high-end bikes only. Even the Duke 390 also doesn't have that option. And even the rear suspension, which is a WP Apex monoshock suspension, which is actually better than the Duke 390 and other. We can't even compare with Duke 390. Only the engine power and other things only we can compare with Duke 390, which is completely designed it for the adventure purpose and even for the touring purpose also. Then I'll take to engine. Engine is actually 373cc, and even it's producing 42.3 bhp power. So the torque is around 37 Newton meter torque, and it's a 6-speed gearbox it has. So that is the engine spec. I know like most of the people knows that engine spec, all the details will be, but the comfortness and other things will be explaining in the riding details. I'll explain about the LED headlights and even the indicators about this. See the tail lamp, what beautiful it is. The design is actually comes like see, are you able to see it or not? Don't know. The design is like, no, see here it's a curved, and even it is going inside, then there is a L-shaped kind of design. The design looks amazing, and even the same indicator which is already there on the Duke 390 with the LEDs. Then the front part, has the LED headlight, which is very visible, but in the highways it's not. From owner which I got the review is, from the highway it is not as much as expected, which it looked like a very high headlight, but it doesn't like that much high visibility it was in there. So that's why there is a 2 extra lights got added up. The tank capacity of this bike is 14.5 liters, and the mileage which the owner said he is getting around 35 also sometime in the highway, but with respect to the speed you maintain. But for this bike owner, he got is around maximum is 35, but in the city maximum he got like 28 and 29 per liter. Other things are about this bike is the size of this bike. So the size is actually, overall length of this bike is around 2154 mm. Then the overall width is actually, so width you can see there about the bike. So overall the maximum width is around 900 mm, and even the height is 1400 mm, and even ground clearance, you can see how much big stand it has. That ground clearance is actually 200 mm. Then the seat height is around 855 mm. So now we'll check what are the problems which we face and what is the sweet positions of this bike and what are the things, everything. We'll just ask to the owner, the guy who is standing behind the camera. He's the owner of this bike, and I'll ask him all those details. So first, can you start from the mileage? How much you got? I already explained the mileage, but still, can you start like from the mileage? Then after, what are the problems faced on this bike? Then other things like which is the best part of this bike and what is the good things you faced and everything, you can explain.
Yeah, till date I completed around 5,600 kilometers.
Okay.
Fantastic bike when it comes to riding and all. But every bike will not be a purely perfect. There will be imperfections. When it comes to KTM, I don't know whose fault is this, whether Bajaj fault or something in India.
Okay.
There are some problems. Basically, like so let's see the problems first. Later we'll go for the good things about the bike. Problems. Recently I had call from KTM regarding the mud flap. So mud flap, whatever you see here is getting stuck over here. Is getting stuck over here in the bash plate. So they have modified something over here on this and they replaced it. That is one thing whatever I had. And other thing is lighting. Already, as he told, lighting is not good enough when you're cruising behind 120
and
in the night times.
You can explain which is the light is used on this bike and how is the switch and even the holder and like extra accessories which you have got added upon this bike.
So when I come across that situation, I went up with this HJZ spotlights, which costed me around 4K, and they helped me a lot recently when I went to my hometown of 900 kilometers in one day. That is wonderful on this bike. The 900 kilometers in 11 hours almost I did, and with the worst torts including in that. And when you try with other bikes like 200 cc's or something, it is barely possible, but not like on this bike. The sitting position is upright, is really excellent. And one more thing I had a problem is seat cushion. It should be a little better, but it's okay for the short rides like 100 200 kilometers. But if you're going more than that, you need a frequent breaks in between. And the other thing is
do you have anything faced on the tank or anything because of the, and did you face anything on the tank?
Yeah, I have one more thing I missed out. One thing when it comes to the fuel filling, when you open this, you can see something over here, like there is a blockage, which you can see here. That blockage stops the fuel pipe to getting inside. That might be due to design, but what happens is when they're filling at a high speed or something, the fuel fills over that and it will overflows and it will come over the tank and it will
that actually the fuel, no, if it is comes like more into the tank or anything, there can be in future there is some things will be happen. I have seen that problems. Then is there anything like you heard about this pipe, anything?
Recently we had in the community most of the people having a crack over here with the tank. So I don't know what's the reason, like after doing 8k or 10k kilometers they were seeing that problem. The crack is going to be bigger and bigger. You cannot fill more than 10 liters in the fuel tank, which will be a big disadvantage, and there are chances also getting fire and all in some cases if you are not careful about it.
And then the next thing which I wanted to ask you, like is there anything other than this? And I just wanted to ask you about the sari guard. So how is the sari guard? Did you ever try it with any?
No, I never tried with any pillion, particularly females. So I cannot give any review on that sari guards. What I'm thinking is it's better to remove that one for my purpose.
Because
so easy access for the chain.
For the off-road purpose and all, when you need it, no, you have to remove it. I feel like
and also one more problem with this bike, it's a known problem. It's not a problem at all, it's a known thing. You cannot do calm rides. I mean, like below 3000 rpm you cannot do rides, calm rides. You need to drive it harder, then only you will be able to do that. That's majorly saying because of the front sprocket. If you change it to Duke, it will be wonderful. Duke 250s, it will be wonderful, people are saying. But for me it is okay because I am an adventure plus touring guy. I need a high RPMs. I don't go for the low RPMs. But in city is little difficult.
For your purpose, it is a
Yeah.
It's fulfilling your
Yeah.
every dream.
So mileage wise, I'm getting around 35 if I cruise at 100 or 110.
Okay.
If I cross 150, 140s, I'm getting. If I cross
Okay.
150, 140, I'm getting 29, 28 around.
28.
In city standard 29 I'll
Okay.
get.
So that is a good part and the bad part which you faced on this
Yeah.
bike. But
Yeah.
still, it is a very good bike.
Yeah,
right?
it's a really good bike.
And even the comfortable also, you feel
Yeah.
how is the comfortable in the seat? And did you have-
Seat wise, when it comes to when you're doing a long ride, you'll feel pain. At that point, there is some sweet spot. It depends on the person. It cannot be same for everyone. I usually like this spot, sitting at this spot, and I feel the lack of cruise control at that point.
Okay.
I feel very relaxed after doing 400, 500 kilometers. If I sit over here, keeping my legs in a free, relaxed position, and
Okay.
it's wonderful. You can control the vehicle very
Yeah.
smoothly, but the speed should be like 50, 60, 70. That's it. You should
Yeah,
not go
okay,
at higher
okay.
speeds.
And the braking also.
Braking
you
is
feel
literally
it's,
good.
Amazing. Right?
Literally good.
Okay. Then I'll show you guys like how is the exhaust of this. You just listen with your earphone or something. Okay. I specifically say put it to your phone in a full sound. Then after listen the exhaust, because in earphone you will feel like something bass extra or something. Okay. Let me just try it.
Finding a neutral is a little difficult in this.
So this is the low RPM sound which is there on this bike. Then after.
Only scared thing is about the
Actually, did you notice or not? I don't know. Actually, the 3000 or 3500 or 4000 RPM, the sounds rose like anything. So the throttle response, right? It's like whichever when you're throttle giving, right? That response, the minute response, also easily getting on this bike. That is getting. Everyone knows that about the KTM. That is a very good part. So okay, let us ride and how's the feel? We'll just check. I'll just tell you how's the experience after riding, but already Honor has explained how is the experience, so that I can take it as like a full review of that. And he's also saying 100% this is a pure cruiser also, and even off-roader also, and even in the city, but in the low RPM there is some challenges. So okay, let's ride it then. So I just changed it into the second gear, but in the lower RPM I am feeling like little uncomfortable because of like this bike engine is little bit a heavier engine. Okay, this bike engine is a very big engine, like 3cc engine, and even but it has lots of power. Because of that, no, in the lower RPM it has little uncomfortable feel. But no, if he is going into higher RPM, then we'll be getting now very high comfortable in the highway and all. But the sitting posture, right, you see the sitting posture, it's a very beautiful sitting posture. So I'll just cruise it now. See this? Only in the lower RPM, see the cornering, actually it is a lengthier cornering but not in a very high angle. There itself I have felt like very comfortable in this bike. So I am 100% sure that higher RPM this will show like anything. So you can even compete with the super bikes also. So we'll just cruise and see how it is a bike. It's just like a super bike. actually driving for the past 1 kilometer in this traffic, like around 5 minutes I'm just standing in the traffic. But now heat, I think in the traffic I'm feeling much heat on the bike, because it's already started, the radiator is started, and even it is getting lots of heat from the side. But only in the traffic only will get some heat, but in the highway I don't felt, because when I'm riding on the continuous roads I didn't feel any heat, but in the traffic little heat. Yeah, now it is started from the traffic, but there is no, I'm just taking I'm not even feeling that that cutters to the seat. So let's just open road. Hold it long. Reached 50 gear, but I actually shifted properly. I didn't took very high RPM every gear. Why? Because I don't want to do that in this road, because in the city limit, so only whatever I can show it is this much, and there is no heat affecting to my leg. Only in the traffic very light heat. Even if you want to use, you can use it daily also, this bike. Okay. So I came and stopped it here. So after riding, I'll give you a little bit experience. Vehicle is completely comfortable in a very high RPM, and even like in first gear and second gear, right, you won't feel much comfortable. Like while riding, very something minute vibration you can feel it in the spot. Why? Because like this is a very big engine, you know, it's a 373cc, and even very high power is also there on this bike. Then other part is, once it is cruise, right, oh my god, this is, can't say, like you are reaching which speed you won't be getting to know. And even the braking is also very good in this. But whatever the sound you heard from, because it got washed, and that water sound, right, water and some mixed metal sound, that's what you heard. Then other things are like horn is also a perfect one, and even engine sound while riding you feel it's a very comfortable. Then this seat, that is also very comfortable. You can even sit right here with respect to like how the position you want to ride. If it is a shortest position, like if somebody has a 160 centimeter height or something, they can sit in this position and they can ride. And even pillion is also fine with the pillion. Even I took from, like I have touched around 107 speed or something, but should not do it in the city. Like I didn't even got to know that I have touched that speed. Then I reduced it, and overall I am saying 199. Like one is on the one I have reduced because of other problems and other things, like which is already faced, and but KTM is already like recognized that. So I'll just turn off this bike. Okay, how much is the first service? This bike is done first service, so we'll ask to owner like how much is the cost of first service, and what all the things cost. Can you just tell what is the first service cost?
So first service cost me around 2,100 some change.
Okay, 2,100 and some change.
Because of 1.7 liter of module BMW50.
Okay.
Which cost you around 1,700.
1,700. Okay.
1,700, and change of oil filter on O-ring.
Okay.
Costed me around, and labo work almost costed around.
Yeah, it's that's a normal cost, like near to 2,000 every bike it's costing.
I remember like I have added one air filter.
Okay, extra air filter.
Extra air
okay.
For
So I can say approximately near to 2,000 only will be costing for the.
Not more than 2,000.
Not
Some
more
places
than.
it will cost only 1,800 as well.
Okay, 1,800. Okay, fine.
Depends on the service center. Whatever
Okay.
they do.
Okay. Got it. So how is the on-road price of this bike?
When I bought it was 3.91. As of now they are selling like 3.9896.
Okay, so saying approximately 3,000. Sorry, so not 3,000. Approximately it is 3,90,000 to near to 4 lakh. So in between you will be getting the bike with respect to the
Bangalore on road.
Yeah, Bangalore on road price. Actually, see, if you're watching from your place, like whichever the place you are watching from, there you have to check the RTO, how much is the taxes and all. So with respect to it vary. So the city it varies. Okay, thank you guys. Guys, if you haven't subscribed this channel, just subscribe And even if you haven't clicked on bell button, you just click on bell button, you will get the notifications first. And even if you like the video, like it. And if somebody wanted to take this bike, they wanted to get to know all the features and comfortable, so I haven't explained, like I haven't take to explore the off-roading of this bike, but I felt this comfortable, very much comfortable in the city also. So in that point, if somebody wanted to know the spec and everything about this bike, just share with them and support me, guys. So bye bye, and we'll see you on next video.